Right, Mo is here. Mo Mooncey. Hello.
Hello.
You need to give us a rundown of the shoes, because I feel like your shoes are always...
Thank you.
An element of your outfit. So for those listening, I'm sure those watching may be able to see, but what are you wearing today?
So, the shoes aren't just a part of the outfit. The shoes are the whole outfit. Because
Okay.
usually, today I've made an effort for you. I've worn a bit of colours because I saw what the sofas were going to be like.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd spruce up. But usually I'm in all black. Black
You are.
jeans, black cargos,
Gold
black
chain.
hoodies, gold chain. It always stays with me. You know
Love
what I mean? But the shoes, these ones are the university blue. I call them the powder blues, Jordan 4s. I've had them for about a year now. And to tell the truth, I forgot I had them. And I found the box the other day when I was deciding which shoes to wear with this outfit. And I found them and I thought it'd be perfect to bring them out.
So this is their first outing.
You should be honoured. This is a historic occasion. This is their first time out of the box.
I love this.
I've opened the box to look at them a few times. Just, when you're having a bad day, you want to look at your
Admire.
babies. But this is the first time out. But the shoes are the whole part of the outfit for me. That's the number one thing. My whole life it's always been. I know a lot of people jumped on the trend lately, but my whole life it's been about the shoes.
Jordans. I seen those like nostalgic pages that you have on Instagram, right? One came up on my explore page and it was a magazine clipping from the 90s or late 90s, and it was all like Jordans in the different colorways.
Yeah.
And they were like, buy them in store now, and it was like however many dollars they used to be, and I'm thinking you could not do that now.
No. Like, what's crazy is even up to like 5 years ago, Jordans would come out and you could go into the store and just buy them. And sometimes they'd sit on the shelf for a few days. Now everyone goes crazy and it's impossible to get them, like, unless you're really lucky and you win the raffle or whatever it is, it's difficult to get them. But a few years ago, before the trend of Jordan 4s or Jordan 1s, everyone could just kind of get the shoes they wanted. But now it's kind of cool that everyone's getting involved in the culture. But I remember my first ever pair of Jordans. Well, there you are. So I'm going to tell you on a little story here.
Go for it.
My first ever pair of Jordans, my mum, when I was a child, took me to an outlet store. You know the outlet stores where everything's kind of cheap because they've been like returned or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Took me to an outlet store and there was one pair of Jordans in the whole store. The box was like ripped. It was a pair of Jordan 8s, I believe. And they were a size 12. And I was 12 years old. And obviously my feet weren't a size 12. But I was begging my mum, please. And she's like, why do you want, like, you're not even going to wear them. You can't wear them because they're giant. They're like as tall as you.
Yeah.
And I was like, one day they will fit me. And then the day came along like 10 years later. And I was like, crazy. But so
I love
that's how long I've been in the game.
Your passion for so you're one of the OGs.
I like to consider myself an OG, but obviously I was born in '94 when the Jordans were coming out. So there's proper OGs that were there from day one.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm obviously always
You're
an
Team
Adidas.
Adidas, you're the rival
Team
side.
Adidas. See, that's what we're doing here. Well, thank you for coming to Citizen Game.
No, it's an honor to be here. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I wanted to get you on for a while because obviously, for those who don't know, Mo is, I call you the basketball encyclopedia because you know any stat, any players, any team, what's going on. You don't sleep because you stay up every night to watch these games. You have your own podcast, the Hoop Genius podcast with real name, no gimmicks, BJ Armstrong. And you also present on Sky Sports as well for basketball.
That's quite an intro.
I know.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that.
I love that.
As long as you don't put me on a pop quiz right now with people love to do that.
I do have like I have got some games later on, but it's not like a pop quiz.
Okay. No, I was at a party once and my friends they were introducing me to people because when you go to a party with your friend and you don't know anyone there except for your friend. So my friends introduced me. It's like Mo knows everything about basketball, and when you meet people who are like sports fans, like I bet he doesn't.
It's like the Marvel people that try and
Marvel, so it's like 1 a.m. in a house party. A guy's quizzing me who won MVP in 2005, and I'm like, bro, this ain't what I'm here for. Respectfully,
it's my day off. Leave me alone. Back off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so your podcast, which I listen to every morning,
I appreciate
it's the way I keep up with basketball because I know I'm not like you. I can't stay up till 3 a.m. I have a set. I need to be in bed by midnight. Otherwise, I can't get up to
That's
go
good
gym.
though. That's good. It's insane.
It's my routine, yeah. So the way I keep up with basketball is listening to the podcast and then just watching sort of NBA highlights. But your podcast is sponsored by NBA 2K22 at the moment. It's 2K22, and today's episode is also sponsored by NBA 2K. One thing I wanted to ask you first though is, do you remember during lockdown when I had a crush on my NBA player?
The player that you created.
It sounds so weird to talk about now, right? So anyone who doesn't know, during lockdown, I got into NBA 2K20 at the time. It was 2K20.
It's been a long time.
And like obviously we had free time, so I actually got quite decent, I would say, at it. And I was doing the my career mode, and I made a character, and then everyone on my people still bring it up to this day, because I used to be like, I would film him and be like, yeah, it's all right.
I don't know. I know you love The Sims.
Yeah.
So I'm like, have you ever had a crush on one of your Sims as well? Like the same way you did
yes.
on My Player?
So what you do,
So I've never played The Sims though.
Okay, so a thing on The Sims is, and a lot of people will have done it, so I'm not the only one, and I'm not going to sound weird, but you create your crush on The Sims.
Oh, okay.
And you can get like married and have kids and
wow.
stuff. So yeah, I've done that before when I was younger though, not recently.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to NBA 2K20 and me fancying My Player.
Yeah.
But what you can do with NBA 2K20, basically they have the real authentic NBA teams and the WNBA teams now.
Yep. Season starts today. Shout out to the ladies.
Shout out to the ladies. What is your favorite team to play with in NBA?
WNBA or NBA?
NBA, and then we can do WNBA as well.
So for the NBA, my favorite team, obviously I'm a Boston Celtics fan, so I have to say my team.
Okay.
But if it isn't the Boston Celtics, because my friends don't like me playing as good teams, because they want it to be fair. So I always have to play as teams that they don't consider as good. So I like to play with, recently I played with the Sacramento Kings, which was quite fun.
Okay.
Because they're not a very good team in real life, but they have the pieces to be a good team if they had better coaching, better management, if they hired a new manager, my details are available in my bio. But, I think they could be good. So, let's play with them sometimes.
Okay. My teams are the Bulls in, is it 96, 97?
Yeah.
Them, because obviously you got Jordan and he's a cheat code in the game. And then also the Lakers. This was 2 years, the 2 years ago Lakers with AD and LeBron.
Yeah, when they won the championship.
Because like in NBA 2K, AD is a cheat code. Because I can dunk, like he's so tall, I'm just running up and winning. So
yeah, defense as well. Well, he's a cheat code in real life if he can stay healthy. But his problem is he's never healthy.
Yeah, it's true. He's injured at the moment. So those are my two. If I'm playing against someone,
but I'm surprised because he snaked your team.
I know.
So I'm surprised that you're rocking with him on 2K because, the way he left you guys, I didn't think you'd be a fan. Yeah,
so guys, I support the New Orleans Pelicans, and he snaked us. And what was the T-shirt that he wore?
He wore the "That's all, folks." Is that what they say at the end of Looney Tunes?
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
Yeah. So he wore a T-shirt with that on his final game, or what he thought was his final game for the Pelicans. And what I really wanted to happen was when the Lakers lost this season, I wanted everyone on the Pelicans to wear that same shirt to the game when the Lakers got eliminated.
They tweeted it though. I respected that from them. Another thing you can do in NBA 2K is My Team. So you can build it around like different players from different teams, I guess, and make them all into your team. Who would be in your...
So My Team is more like Ultimate Team. So it's like the cards and the packs.
Yeah.
And I don't really play much of My Team because the people who play My Team are so good at the game.
Yes.
That's the only mode I can't go into because I used to when I was younger. And when you're younger, you have more time to play games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now, because I'm always doing shoots and doing shows, I can't stay up to date with it because they release new cards every week. And it's dope. And like loads of my friends play it. But the My Team stuff, I think it's really cool because they have all the players from like the history of the game as well.
Yeah.
As well as like the current players.
Yeah, so like the legends.
Yeah, so you can have you can get a BJ Armstrong card and play as him, and you can get like special edition cards where like a player's rated 99 overall for a week and you've got to complete a challenge and stuff like that. So that's pretty fun.
Love that.
You got to be pretty good step into the My Team arena.
With things like My Team, you got to invest the time. The esports tournament that 2K do a lot of them?
Yeah.
Do they compete with their My Team squad then?
No, so the 2K league, they have a 2K league. It's a professional league. It's crazy, right? So it's like you get a full-time salary, you get to live in their accommodation, like you live almost an NBA player lifestyle, but you're playing 2K. But theirs is they have a separate build of the game, which is even more difficult than the normal build of the game. So they have their own build of the game for PC only. I think they play on PC, and then I think they have their own players, or they players like because it's 5 people on each squad, they control their guy. Yeah. So that's how they do it. But there is competitions. My team, there's like the 250k qualifier and stuff like that going on. So there's loads of different competitions for all aspects because 2K is like huge.
Yeah, definitely. And then we have My Career, which we spoke about briefly. Which that's what I play when I play 2K.
Have you played much of this year's? Because this year is mad. You can be like a musician and a runway model and all this kind of stuff.
No way.
It's crazy. Like you live a whole life inside the game.
Is the city still there as well?
Yeah. It's booming. It's bigger than ever.
The skateboard around as well.
Yeah, you can get
Love
a skateboard,
that.
you can get a hoverboard, you can get a quad bike, you can get a go-kart. It's crazy.
Love that. I need to go.
And if you get to level, I can't remember what level it is, but you get an apartment, a penthouse on the top floor.
Yeah.
And then you get like a zip line.
Mm-hmm.
And you like zip line to the court. If that
I've seen this on
Yeah.
people's streams and
Yeah.
stuff. Love
Nuts.
that.
Nuts.
Also, there's another thing that I could see here. Management skills. So you could be a powerful executive, apparently.
Yeah, that's my favorite mode. If you,
So is
you might
it
guess.
like Football Manager, I kind of guess?
It's like on FIFA, you know, manager mode on FIFA,
Yes.
but way more advanced.
Ah.
You can run the entire franchise. So you can like take a team, say for example, if you're someone who hated the Lakers,
Yeah.
you can relocate them to another city in America. You can change all the branding, team name, and then you have to do all these challenges as kind of like the owner of the team. So you have to like do things that will bring in what kind of arena do you want to build, how many fans are going to be there, what about the parking for the arena, and you can do it on that advanced level,
Yeah.
or you can turn off the advanced settings and just manage the team in terms of, okay, we want to sign this player and we're going to trade this player for this player and do it more simple. But you can get so detailed in there, you can like lose yourself in the game. It's crazy.
I love that. Maybe I need to try. I think that would help me learn a lot more about the league itself.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe I need to do that.
100%. You should
Be an
stream it. Like, I
executive.
think the people want to see that.
I think they would as well.
100%.
But anyway, NBA 2K, thanks for sponsoring the episode. Go out and play it. Meet me in the city.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? I've been in the city before. My PSN name is Elz the Witch. And
Yeah.
if anyone's trying to add me, I think I've made it private. So it's probably
Yeah.
can't add me. But that's I've met people in the city before and they've started bannering me on the voice
Yeah,
chat
no,
because they can see it's Elz the Witch.
I turn off the voice chat because I'm like, the amount of times I play the game and people message me like, oh, you Mo from Sky Sports? And I'm like, yeah. But like, when it's games I've lost really badly, I don't reply to the message. I'm not even going to lie. I'm ignoring that.
Yeah, just
if
running
I've
away.
lost like 21-10, I'm not, if I've won, I'm like, yeah, good game. Good game. Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so the first question I ask people that come on here is, what if you could pick your top 3 games of all time, what would you pick?
NBA 2K22, NBA 2K21. No. So NBA 2K is like my game. That's like my 100% go-to. Number 2 on that list is Mario Kart.
Really?
I love Mario Kart differently.
Yeah.
Like, people think I'm competitive when I play 2K. When I play Mario Kart, I turn into a maniac.
Who's your character then?
I am usually Donkey Kong.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm quite big in real life, so it's like I want a Mario Kart character that I like to just barge people out of the way and like that. So, but I like the Mario Kart on the Wii a lot more than the Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
Because then you got like the proper steering wheel and everything, whereas on the Switch it's like tiny.
It's
like,
tiny.
Yeah, so Mario Kart is probably my second favorite, and then the third spot. It's gonna sound mad, right? Wii Sports.
No way.
Okay, so here's the deal. I never had a PS1 or a PS2. So all the games everyone had growing up, my parents were mad strict when I was a kid. I wasn't allowed to play games. So I could only play games when I went to my friend's house. And then one year, shout out to my friend Tom, because my mum was friends with his mum. She went to his house and his mum showed her the Nintendo Wii. And my mum's mind was blown. She was like, oh my God, this is like, I moved my hand and it moved.
Yeah.
So she went and got one for us. Me and my brothers and sisters shared it. And that was my first console. So I think like the Wii games have like a special place in my heart. 'Cause that was
Nostalgic,
the
yeah.
first console that I actually owned. Do you know what I mean?
So what sport did you used to do? I remember I used to play tennis.
All of them. The bowling, baseball, golf.
Golf
like,
was I think golf low-key was my favorite.
favorite though was the boxing.
Oh, you had the
'Cause you had
special,
you had the
special
two
thing.
controllers and you're doing the boxing. That was that. But aside from the Nintendo stuff, it was when I went to my friend's house, obviously FIFA, if you grow up in England, I think like FIFA is like a staple of everyone's childhood. And then Call of Duty, obviously.
Yeah, I
'cause
was
then,
waiting for you to say Call of Duty.
Yeah, because then I saved up for a PS3. I worked for the whole summer to save up for PS3. As soon as I got enough money, I quit my job. I was like,
Really?
yeah. I was what people don't know, I used to play tennis as well, like basketball as well. I was pretty good at tennis, if I say so myself. So I started coaching all the wealthy older people at tennis because they just saw me and I was young and energetic. I started coaching them charging them for the lessons, and then I saved up enough money for my PlayStation.
And then that was
got
it.
the PlayStation, quit the job.
So you
got
didn't want to just
2K,
keep
got
getting
Call of Duty,
money?
and I wanted to play games. I was like, what, 14 or something crazy?
Oh,
Like,
okay. So you were really young.
yeah. So Call of Duty, that was like Modern Warfare 2 days.
Yeah.
I remember taking the first week off school just to play it.
What's the new one gonna be? Is it Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah, they call it
Remake?
Modern Warfare 2, but I think it's like a new thing, and it'll have some of the maps of the old one, but I'm not really sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I remember like back then when we were kids, like that was because that's when we first had a game with the headset as well. You know, like the Bluetooth headset.
Yeah.
And
you could be online because PS3 you could play online, couldn't you?
yeah, and those lobbies were chaos.
I can
We ain't
only
gonna
imagine.
speak about that.
Yeah.
Those lobbies were chaos. That's all I can say about
Oh
that.
my gosh. So this was like mid noughties? No, 2010 around
Yeah,
then.
like
wasn't it?
2009, 2010. I think.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah, crazy.
I only started doing online stuff recently, but I only play with my friends, so I never sort of went into.
But we would get like a group of us and then go into a lobby against other people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like we'd do it. So like, all right, cool. 5 of us are going to play team deathmatch and go into the same lobby. So we're all on the same team.
Yeah.
And talk to whoever's in there. It's just free smoke for anyone.
I'm dead. Okay, so one thing I did find when I was looking was I'm a big fan of just like odd news stories. So I will go online and research and just find some weird news. This is what we're going to call it. Weird gaming news that's happened recently.
Okay.
So we're just going to go through and react to some of these news stories that I found. So the first one is Microsoft has launched furry Xbox controllers. Now, I have a photo I'm going to show Mo, but just for people at home, it's not like the short fur. It's proper long, vibrant.
It's Scully from Monsters, Inc.
Yes,
know what I'm saying?
yeah, exactly.
The
if you could
big
imagine
monster.
it. But
It's
this one
hairy.
was to celebrate the launch of Sonic the Hedgehog. So if you can imagine Sonic's, and who's the red one? It wasn't
Knuckles.
Tails, Knuckles. So if you imagine Sonic and Knuckles' fur on an Xbox controller.
I've got 2 problems with this. My first problem is who the hell wants to have fur on their controller? Like,
Yes, there is
but
that.
my second problem is, did you see the Sonic that they brought out for that movie?
The original one before.
Yeah. What were they thinking?
The streets will never forget that because I still can't believe that even happened. A big blockbuster movie as well.
You think someone would check that? Do you know what I mean? Or like do a focus group or something before you release it to the world.
Yeah.
So I want to, is the game got the original Sonic or is it like the Sonic that we all know and love?
I reckon I don't actually know. I don't think it was for a game. I think it was just to celebrate the launch of the
movie.
film. Yeah, it wasn't to
okay.
do with the game.
Okay.
So I don't think we have to worry about that. But yeah, I honestly, I cannot believe that.
Would
even
you play with a
happened.
furry controller though?
No,
Like-
because okay, this was going to be my next thing.
Okay.
So you know when you're gaming, right? You're holding something for a long period of time. Your hands start to sweat.
Yeah.
When you sweat, the fur is gonna not only get wet, but probably get like a bit mangled. And imagine when it dries and you've got dry sweat.
See, I'm like, it's like this, right?
Yes.
You don't want to be holding this for hours on
No.
end. Like,
Do you know what it's like? Have you ever seen those furry driving wheels?
yeah, those are,
And then they've gone old because someone has been driving them.
yeah.
And that is what I imagine these controllers looking like after a while.
Yeah. I think that's one for like display.
Yeah,
You know
so
what I mean? I think that's one you put
Yeah.
on for show.
they
And-
weren't, you can't actually buy them. They were only obtainable via sweepstake. So people could win them. But they would be on like a mantelpiece.
See, I've got some controllers that are for display, which sounds nuts. Like
I do as well.
the ones that 2K sent me a few years ago, they did like 2K19 special edition, like black and gold ones, because I don't want my friends coming around. One of the mandems got his hands in a bag of Wotsits and picks up the controller. I can't have that happening.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? I've got like, do you remember being a kid and you'd have like a really nice controller, and then your friend who comes around would get the horrible? Because
like,
I never had a PS2, so I was always the one with the horrible controllers at everyone's house.
Yeah. So I would always have like the OG black controller that was the PS2, right?
Yeah.
And then you could have just those see-through. They were kind of like
Yeah,
see-through
You
red
see
color.
the wires and stuff. It's like,
yeah. And you would get, because I think you've got the advantage using the real one.
Oh, 100%.
And then the other one's just not as good. Yeah, I do remember that. But I think I have my own controller and have sociable controllers. So if people are coming over, I'll like get them out. But no, I 100% agree. The next weird news story It's called McDonald's, right? So McDonald's have registered a trademark to have a restaurant in the metaverse, and they've called it McDonald's. So basically, they think, well, anyway, no one really knows, but the speculation is that you'll be able to order McDonald's products via the metaverse and get them delivered in the metaverse.
Also, like Deliveroo or Uber Eats or Just Eat.
But just in the metaverse. My grievance with this is when I'm ordering Deliveroo or whatever, it's because I'm hungry and I want to eat food. If I'm ordering McDonald's in the metaverse, am I gonna be able to eat that?
You're gonna get a JPEG of a Big Mac.
Exactly.
I don't know about this whole metaverse thing, because I don't really like, feel free to offer me a basketball show in the metaverse if you want, but the VR headset that people wear.
Yeah.
I just can't picture myself sitting in my house all day wearing it.
So I don't think you have to be in VR to be in the metaverse.
Oh, because I assume
we
that
could
that
be
was
completely
the whole,
wrong, but
I
think
thing.
that's probably the best way to optimize the metaverse experience. But I think the metaverse in general is just like a digital.
So it's like
place.
the city on 2K, but
that's how I was going to describe it. So it's kind of like the city. The mock-ups I've seen anyway of people being like, okay, this is cool, this is the metaverse. There's different companies will own different spaces of digital land, I guess.
Yeah.
So you could have a city, for example, and people can buy pieces of.
Do you not think that's long though? Like, if I'm at home and I'm hungry, I can open the app on my phone and order food. If it is in the metaverse, I have to walk around the metaverse to get to the virtual McDonald's to order the food.
Yeah.
In that time,
it says delivered. Oh no, wait! It says delivered both virtually and in real life.
How can you virtually deliver? Unless they're going to make like 3D printers that 3D print food, which would be insane. But who knows? One day maybe. I just don't get all this stuff. I can't lie. Maybe I feel like an old man when I say this kind of things. Like, but it just doesn't make sense to me.
I get it to a certain extent.
But I see like brands, like fashion brands, are doing virtual clothing in the metaverse. Why?
So I think what it will come down to, I reckon, eventually is maybe you have a virtual avatar, right? So you'd be you in the metaverse, and you can own NFT. Like when you buy an NFT, you could have your artwork up in your metaverse. Yeah. So it's like people come around. You got like it's like you wearing your shoes.
Yeah, true.
You probably would want to get maybe a pair of Jordans in the metaverse.
I spend bands on my 2K characters' clothes.
Exactly.
I can't like it's ridiculous, and people are like, my family think I'm insane. Like they're like, why are you doing this? I've got every shoe I want in real life that I don't have. I was like, I've got to own it somehow.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna get them from a reseller, so I'm just gonna get them on 2K and just live with it. So
see, I think
So I guess I'm kind of halfway there.
Yeah, if it went that direction as well, and I feel like I get if you know where I see it going as well is fashion brands maybe doing fashion shows in the metaverse.
Yeah.
That's cool. Obviously, gaming launches could be sick in a metaverse where everyone just joins and sees like the preview of the game and stuff like that. That's where I see it going anyway. That's how I understand it. But
I hear that.
I mean, what do we know?
What's your order then? If you're virtual, what kind of virtual food are you going to order?
It's going to be the same as my real life order.
Was that chicken nuggets?
So I get the whatever, depending on what the wrap of the day is, right?
Okay.
So if it's sweet chili chicken wrap, I'll get that. No mayo. Don't like mayo.
Agreed.
So I'll get that as a large meal with full sugar Coke.
Okay.
Don't like the zero or diet. No. Full sugar Coke. And then I'll get some chicken nuggets as well. And if they have mozzarella bites or cheddar bites, definitely. But I'm not a fan of the nacho cheese ones.
Too spicy for you?
No, I just don't like the cheese. Don't like the actual.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. What about you?
You see, I only eat halal food.
Okay.
So I struggle with McDonald's because I can't eat the beef or the chicken. So I can
Is it not
only
halal?
eat the filet. No, it's not halal. Only when I'm in like Dubai or like Muslim countries where it is halal, I can eat it. So fillet of fish, it's not very nice though. Like the bun sticks in your mouth.
Yeah, don't eat fish. So
it's not very good. And they got the vegan burger now, which is also not very good. So I don't know. I usually only get McDonald's after a night out. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, it is what it is and there's no other options. But
have you seen people dip chips in their McFlurry before?
Yeah, I think we all dip chips in a milkshake.
Producer Callum is.
Yeah?
He does that, yeah.
What flavour milkshake though? That's the question. in the McFlurry?
I said McFlurry, but yeah, it was milkshake.
When we were young, it was milkshakes. You dip your chips in,
so
right?
I'm intolerant to milk, so I don't
Same,
drink the milkshake. But I do
live
have
life.
I do have ice cream though.
This was like, I'm the same.
Yeah.
But I'll still eat the mozzarella dippers.
Oh yeah,
you know
of
what I'm
course.
saying? Like,
And I'll still
eat a pizza.
I'll still have ice cream. So I would get the crunchy McFlurry.
Okay. Yeah, I
Solid
respect
choice,
it. I respect it. Yeah. I like when I do get the McDonald's, I get a fillet of fish, but like I'll take out the tartar sauce because that's gross. And
Anything to do with fillet of fish. Right?
No, but then I put in the mozzarella dippers in the burger, and then I put fries in, and then I put salad in, so it actually tastes of something.
It's like the meal is the
I put everything in a burger, so the burger, because otherwise the burger tastes of nothing.
Yeah.
And there's no point eating it. So.
Have you ever had those Greek wraps with the chips in the burger? Oh, I love it.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Okay,
we can order them in the metaverse one day. We'll sit down and order some virtual JPEGs, NFTs of Greek wraps. Perfect.
Get our Meta McDonald's. Meta-Donald's. Okay, so the final one was the US government has questioned why Tesla includes video games. So, you know, in a Tesla, you have the big screen. You can play video games on it. And they're just saying, like, why? Because it's a car. You're driving the car. But in Tesla's defense, they said that before you play, so you can play solitaire, for example, before you play, you have to confirm that you aren't driving.
Yeah, which makes sense.
But if you were driving, would they be like, well, you are, we can tell?
Maybe. Teslas kind of scare me a little bit because they can drive themselves, right? Yeah. So what if someone just hacks into your car and drives you somewhere you don't want to go, locks the doors, and the car's now driving itself and you can't control it?
Well, you couldn't override it by... I reckon when you set it to like auto drive, as soon as you press a pedal, then it jumps back to manual.
I feel like with all this stuff that we're doing in life, we're getting too close to those movies where the robots just take over.
Black Mirror.
Like what if the cars just get a mind of their own and drive? But my question is, the bigger question is, doesn't the government have better things to do than worry about solitaire inside Teslas? Like, exactly. We've got so many things happening in the world. We've got poverty, we've got kids who don't have meals at school, we've got housing crisis, and they're worried about solitaire in a car. That's my take on it.
It's true, and I think why now? I think Tesla's been around for a while, so have they only just clocked? Maybe they've only just figured out.
I think they're just a government employee who's just really bad at solitaire.
Yeah,
they're just mad.
And what Elon Musk said was, he was like, "Well, cars can drive themselves, so." And eventually, I think that will happen. He's also said that the Tesla is so powerful that it could power like really good games. I think he said, I think it's Cyberpunk. He said could be played in a Tesla, for example.
But the other thing is as well, if someone wants to play a game while they drive, that's probably safer than them getting their phone out and playing a game on their phone. Like, I don't know how addicted people can be to solitaire or whatever the game is, but I think that'd be a bit safer than people playing on their phone.
It's true. And it might keep them awake.
But what would be cool would be Mario Kart on your Tesla screen, and you use the steering wheel to actually steer the Mario Kart. That would be cool.
When you're parked.
Yeah, obviously. Although I've always wanted to do Mario Kart in real life. I don't think it'd be safe. You can. No, but I mean, like, I want to get a banana, dash out the window, and see what happens.
Sorry, you can do that in a Tesla. You can play Mario Kart while you're parked.
Can you? Look at us not knowing anything.
Cool.
So you can play Mario Kart when you're parked.
All right, I'm gonna guys subscribe to my channel. I need to get a Tesla.
Yeah, go and subscribe. We're gonna get a Tesla.
Yeah.
Or you have to wait 2 years to get it.
Oh yeah. Like me. I know. I don't want to talk to you about your car waiting list. That's.
But hopefully by the time this podcast comes out, my car will have arrived.
Fingers crossed. I want my fingers crossed for you.
Yeah, I mean, touchy subject. So I did say that we had a game to play.
Okay.
And it's not like a quiz. It's not going to tax your brain because you basically know everything about basketball. But I have tied it to gaming. So in NBA 2K, this isn't just specific to 2K22. This is just all of 2K. The games. Yeah. Okay. The top 10 basketball players of all time that are in those games. So I have the list. I have the top 15, but I'm just going to say, can you name them in order?
In terms of what they were rated in the game?
Overall rating, yeah.
So the only player to be rated overall in the game is Shaquille O'Neal.
What do you mean, like overall?
Overall rating.
Like overall the games. Maybe this is 2K22 then. What do I know?
Oh, do you mean...
This is just their rating. So
also, are they all current players or are they retired players?
No, this is any NBA player.
So the highest rating you can get is 99, but in 2001, in 2K2, I think, Shaquille O'Neal was actually rated 100.
Was
Obviously,
he?
Yeah. And because he like dominated the NBA that season.
Yeah.
But if it's this year's game, I'm guessing it would be Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant. I'm trying to think. If it,
You got two of them so far. So yeah.
So everyone on the list is like 99 rated overall.
Not everyone on this list. Only the top 4 are 99 rated.
Okay. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Magic Johnson.
Yep.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird is on there.
He better be on there, otherwise I'm going to have a word with the big
wait,
bosses.
okay. He's not in the top 10, actually.
Oh, wow. They need to... No one respects Larry Bird. That's a whole nother conversation. Who else are we going with? Because there's the current teams, the classic teams, and then the all-time teams.
Okay.
So
I need to specify that I don't know. So a lot of these, for example, players from 5 to 14 are all 98 rated. But I don't know what differentiates the position after that. Maybe it's like accuracy.
So like Kevin Durant, is he on that list?
No.
Ooh, interesting.
I also can't remember where I got this list from. So.
Yeah, I don't know about
Trust me.
So it's got old school players like Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell.
Yes, it does.
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan is in the top 10.
Okay. How many is that I've got now?
1. So you got Michael Jordan.
Yep.
Magic Johnson, LeBron James. Then you got Tim Duncan. And Kobe Bryant is number 10.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yes, he is number 4.
Yep.
99 rated.
So how many is that now? I'm trying to think.
I think you're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, because I would assume that the Kevin Durant would be like a 98 on the game. Because if they're doing it by year, there was a year where like Derrick Rose was like a 98 overall.
Yeah, Derrick Rose is not in this. These look like more classic players, if I'm honest with you. These made me look... I can't see many that are in the league right now.
Yeah, is Jerry West on a list?
He is number 16.
Good, because he must have been fuming if he wasn't.
Yeah.
Jerry West. There's so many to mention.
Okay,
We're gonna be here all day.
should we go through it all?
Yeah.
Okay, Michael Jordan, number 1.
Of course.
99 rated. Number 2 is Magic Johnson, 99 rated. Number 3, LeBron James. Number 4, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Number 5, and also if I pronounce anything wrong,
I got you.
Number 5 is Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yep, that's my OG. I feel bad. Hakeem, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I feel bad now.
98 rated.
Yep.
Number 6 is Oscar Robertson.
Yep.
98. Number 7 is Dirk
Nowitzki.
I was going to say Nowitzki. Number 8, Tim Duncan. Number 9, Shaquille O'Neal. And number 10, Kobe Bryant.
See, that list is not right because you can't have Dirk, with all due respect, over Kobe and Shaq. That's great. And then Larry Bird outside of top 10.
Yeah, it goes Bill Russell, Larry Bird, Wilt Chamberlain, Kevin Garnett, Kawhi Leonard,
KG, yeah.
Jerry West, Julius Erving, Allen Iverson, Steve Nash, Clyde Drexler.
Yeah. No, I mean, they're all legendary players, but whoever made that list, I'm going to have a word with because we got to have some conversation about the order of that top 10.
Yeah, this is where my research has faltered me because I don't know what differentiates the players.
I think a lot of it is like personal opinion.
Must be.
But there are some things that are just like facts. Like Dirk Nowitzki, as much as I love Dirk Nowitzki and as great as he was, is not a top 10 NBA player of all time. Like I would never have guessed that, right? Larry Bird, on the other hand, is like top 5. And any list that doesn't have him top 10 at least, I'm like, okay, cool. Because some things are just like factual.
Yeah.
Like Larry Bird is just, I guess because he was just like some white guy from a farm town, people don't look at him and think like amazing NBA player.
Yeah, people will probably remember Magic more.
Yeah, but Larry Bird, I'll give you just one example. He once played a whole game with his left hand. I think it was against Portland, and scored over 40 points with his left hand because they were playing the Lakers the next night. And he was like, I'm saving my right hand for the Lakers.
Stop.
Like Larry Bird he walked into the building, he'd go into arenas and find like a ball boy and be like, go and find the record book and tell me who scored the most points ever in this building. And then he'd go to the game, score like, say the record was like 32. score 33, and then just sub himself out the game. But like, I'm done. Like, he was just on a different level, but people don't respect it. So I think, Larry Bird is like the best trash talker as well.
Is he?
Because he walked into the 3-point contest and was like, who's coming second? Didn't even take off his warm-up jacket. And then he missed the first few on purpose, and he timed it so that the final shot would win him the contest. And then he shot it and walked off while the ball was still in the air.
I think I've seen photos.
You see, because he walks off like this.
Did he win it a few years in a row as well? Yeah. Was it 3 years in it?
I think so.
I just remember that he won with his training.
He was just amazing. And I think like he just doesn't get the respect he deserves. I didn't expect to have that conversation today. But that's pretty cool.
Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was Celtics, right? Mm-hmm. He was a rookie when Magic, that was their rivalry.
Yeah, all the way from college and into the NBA.
Was he in the Last Dance then, at any point? So who was in the Bulls with them? Am I getting them? No,
Larry Bird was never in the Bulls.
Who was the one that was in the Bulls?
Bill Wennington, I believe. It could have been Tony Kukoc, Steve Kerr. Those are like
Steve Kerr, there you go.
The white guys from the Bulls.
That's what I was trying to remember.
Larry Bird. So he was played for the Celtics, and then he went to coach. He was in the Last Dance as a coach of the Indiana Pacers.
See, that's
talking about the series. Remember where Reggie Miller hit that shot and then Michael Jordan?
Yeah, I know, that's probably where I got confused. So if you could pick then, I'm not going to say your favorite NBA player, because unless you're not going to give me the typical, I feel like, I don't know if you would actually, because if I ask someone who their favorite player, they're going to say Magic, Jordan, or LeBron James.
Yeah, I think a lot of people say Kobe as well.
And Kobe, sorry.
But my personal favorite, I keep knocking over this mic.
Don't worry.
My personal favorite is Kevin Garnett. Because Kevin Garnett, I don't know if you've seen him play, right? He played in like the 2000s and then retired in like 2016. He was a maniac. Like, I've never ever seen a player as passionate about the game as him. Like, before the games, he'd just be screaming at himself to get himself hyped up. And he played hard every possession against everyone, every time. When I went to a game in Boston, I was sitting in the very, very back of the arena, like the cheapest seats going, right? Because I was a kid, right? So I like bought my like $8 ticket and I'm sitting at the very back, and you can hear this guy screaming. Like, you can hear him screaming to himself because he missed a free throw. He's like smashing the ball into his face. He's like,
oh my gosh.
Just like, you would see him just screaming so much. But the passion he had for the game and the commitment he had, because he was on a really bad team, the Minnesota Timberwolves. And he was like the only good player, and he was just carrying them every season after season. I kind of related to that. No disrespect to any of my old friends, but could relate to that a little bit, having to carry the team. But his passion is just, I've never seen anyone ever as passionate about anything, let alone sports, but like anything ever. KG is just that guy.
Love that.
Who's your favorite though?
I knew you were going to ask me this, and I was trying to think, because I've just had a curveball recently, you see. Because, right, so Chris Paul, CP3, iconic when it was New Orleans Hornets. Okay, I have the jersey. I've had it for 10 years. But it's like, why did you do that? So for those listening, the Pelicans made the playoffs for the first time in 3 or 4 years. We haven't made them for
it's been a
2018,
bit longer than that,
And we all, like, there was a buzz, like it's a really young team. Our rookies are sick. Like, we've got good people. And we're playing the Suns, who are arguably the best team in the league, one of the best teams in the league, and we get 2 games, like we win 2 games, and then Chris Paul just comes to New Orleans and just
because for those who don't know, Chris Paul used to play in New Orleans
when it was the Hornets.
In the arena that he built, almost, you know what I mean? In that arena with Monty Williams, who coached New Orleans as well, and then Willie Green, who's the Pelicans coach now, was the assistant for Monty Williams. So it was kind of, there were so many storylines entwined in that. But I have to say one thing while I'm here, right? Because you know, I want to say a big up to Elz first of all, right? Because you do a lot of stuff in sports, and I think it's important to have females representing sports. I see a lot of clowns on the internet that will try and disrespect females in sports, right?
Yeah.
But the level of dedication that Els has to the New Orleans Pelicans, it was 3 a.m. and she was in a club watching the game on her phone while dancing in the club.
In Tenerife.
I just wanted to share that with the audience.
Thank you.
The level of dedication to be locked into the playoffs, watching it while dancing on the dance floor.
I
on
was
your
fully
holiday.
dancing as well.
I respect it so much.
I tweeted it saying, am I about to watch the playoffs in the club? Yes, I am. I think people think I'm joking. I was fully there. I had it on my phone. And someone because obviously it's crowded.
Yeah.
And someone was like, you watching basketball? And I was like, yep. So everyone's like, I would dance. And every now and again, I'd just pick up my phone and check what was going on. And then by the time I got home, it all just shit hit the fan, and then it just it
was a good game. It looked competitive, and it's good building blocks for the future.
Definitely.
But so is Chris Paul no longer your favorite player of all time?
No, he can't be.
So who is it now?
I like Kobe. I don't know if I forgot him, and I know I said people give typical answers, but I think he was an incredible player, and just I think when he retired, and then like just him as a person, I think like he's just one of the OGs, isn't he? Really?
If he played for any team except for the Lakers, he'd be my favorite player of all time. But I can't have a Lakers player as my favorite of all time. I just can't. It doesn't sit right with my soul. So
Yeah, no, definitely. I want to know how to word this question right. So if you could formulate your starting five, then for basketball,
all time.
No, let's do current curveball.
Ooh, I wasn't expecting that one.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna give, because I feel like we've been through all the legends now.
Yeah, so currently you have to have Giannis. Giannis is like the best player in the world right now. You have to have.
He did this shot right in the playoffs, and because by the time this comes out, the playoffs would have been a few weeks ago.
Okay.
He did this shot, and he shot it at the rim.
At the backboard.
Yeah. It came, bounced back, and then he dunked it.
Self alley-oop off the backboard. If you guys want to search it, it's game 2 against Boston Celtics, I think.
Yeah.
Crazy. The Greek freak is what they call him. 7 foot tall, strong as anything. He just dashes people out the way. Crazy wingspan, plays defense, plays offense. Yeah, he's the best player in the world for me right now. So he's the first name on my team sheet, if it were. And then, as well as him, I know Jokic is probably the MVP, but I would have Embiid in my team.
Yeah.
Because he's just a beast. He can shoot from the outside, but inside. Embiid is like one of the funniest players as well. Like, so my locker room would be lit because Giannis is hilarious. That's what people don't know. Giannis is one of the funniest people, but he's like innocently funny. He tells like cheesy dad jokes. Embiid is funny, but he's a savage. Like, he makes savage jokes. He's hilarious, right? So having those two together would be so funny.
Yeah.
So, and also Embiid is insanely talented. Like, you've seen him play, all the moves he's got, all the skills. He reminds me a little bit of Hakeem Olajuwon, who's one of my favorite players ever. So those two would definitely be on my team. And then if it's current, respectfully, I wouldn't have LeBron James on my team.
I knew you weren't going to pick LeBron.
Yeah. Number 1, he plays for the Lakers, but number 2, we're going with the youth movement now. We're looking at the new generation. I'm thinking of building my team, setting up for the future. LeBron's 37, turning 38 this year, I think. So I'm setting up my team for the future. So I'm looking at that. I want to have Ja Morant on my team. Because you've seen Ja Morant. Tell them how excited Ja Morant. Like,
he's sick. I've been watching when he's been playing. What game was he? So what game were they? Who were they playing at the moment?
Golden State.
So at the time of recording, they're playing Golden State,
Yeah.
right? In my bracket, people were killing me because I said Golden State would go out in the first.
Yeah.
But it's because I thought Steph was going to be injured. So at that
that's fair
time,
enough.
I was perfectly justified. Anyway, yeah, he's been killing it in that.
He's he is. There's been like one other player I've seen him.
I swear he like flew across.
He's so, I don't even know what the word. He's like got springs in his legs. He can just fly. He reminds me of Derrick Rose in 2011 when he was the MVP before he had all the injuries. Just electric. Just like, even if I said it on I was on Sky Sports News the other day, I said, if you don't know anything about basketball, it doesn't matter. Just watch this kid play and you will just be amazed at what he can do. So I've got to have Ja Morant on my team. So that's how many players I've got now. I've got three of them, and then I've got 2 slots left. Because I need some shooters as well. I need to have some guys that can knock down shots. And I'm going to take Jason Tatum.
I was waiting for a Celtics player to be in there.
I was going to save him for last, but I'm trying to think of that final spot. So I'm going to have Jason Tatum on my team.
Okay.
Because Jason Tatum is, you saw what he did against Kevin Durant.
That
locks him up on defense.
was it 0.2 seconds
The
left to
game
win a
winner.
game.
Mhm.
That was like a movie. You know, in Hollywood movies, when there's 5 seconds on the clock and they've got to get 2 points, otherwise they're not going to win. Literally, that's what happened.
I was mad because I was in the studio doing a game and I wanted to see the footage of my reaction, but they didn't have the cameras
Oh.
rolling at the time. I was like, come on, guys.
They should have.
What's funny is they had the cameras rolling for the game that Boston lost
Okay.
against Milwaukee, and they made this compilation of me just like, you can see me getting angrier and angrier. Like, but it's hilarious. You see like the stages of grief. So it's like me getting angry and then accepting it and then just looking just horribly upset. But so that game winner. So I've got to have Jason Tatum in there, and then my final spot right now, I might put Luka Doncic in there
Okay.
because he is on the cover of NBA 2K22, who sponsors my podcast. But also, he's insanely talented. I think it's, for me right now, that final spot, it could be Luka Doncic. I could still have Steph Curry in there. Could have Devin Booker in there because he's playing crazy good basketball right now. But
Yeah.
I don't want to put a Suns player after they just knocked your team out.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
Devin Booker could be in there. There's just so much talent in the NBA right now. But I'm going to go with Luka Doncic for that final spot because he's just a magician with the basketball.
Yeah. I like that. Solid team.
Sorry though, no Pelicans players. But when Zion gets healthy, I might have to think
Or
about.
Ingram. Like, I feel like if he keeps going on
But
the
for me,
route
he's too similar to Tatum.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's like one or the other with those two. And obviously Tatum's on my team, so
I'm just not biased at all. But
yeah, definitely.
So what I wanted to do, we haven't done this before. This is a new thing, right?
I'm excited.
We're going to build our ideal game. So
Okay.
we have a blank canvas here. Imagine like we could create any game in the world that we want to create. Can choose the genre, the concept, the storyline. We're going to build it together.
Okay.
So first of all, what genre are we going? We're doing action. We're doing fighting, RPG, just leisure.
You see, I play sports games, right?
Okay.
I mainly play 2K.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, like I played Mario Kart and all that fun stuff, but then it'll be Call of Duty, and I used to bang out Fortnite when I was in uni, like differently when it was the thing.
Yeah.
Fortnite. So I don't really have like a particular genre because I usually go
It's
with
more
sports
just a
game,
competition
'cause
element to it.
I'm going to take sports games off the table because
Okay.
2K already exists.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I can't build 2K because it's already been built.
Yeah.
So we'll take sports off the table.
Right.
So I think for me, a first person shooter game like
Okay.
Call of Duty. I think. What's your favorite type of genre?
Like role RPGs.
So what's that? You got to explain.
Final
that to me, like.
Fantasy.
See, I've never played. I know
There's
that's your
not-
favorite game, but I've
There's
never
not
played
one podcast episode where I haven't advocated for Final
I know,
Fantasy.
'cause I've
feel
heard it on every
it's just my
episode.
identity at this point.
I've heard it on every
Yeah.
episode, and I've never played it, and I've always wondered like why.
It's just it's more the storyline. So it's kind of like anime in a way.
Okay.
It's not how it looks or anything like that, but it's more like you fall in love with the storyline.
Okay.
But I think ours are quite opposing.
No, because you
themes
could
then.
have a storyline which involves a first person.
Maybe it's okay. So yeah, so it's.
But I feel like
you can do that. Like there are some games that are in.
because if you play
first
Call of
person.
Duty campaign, it switches between the two.
Yeah,
because
it's
you have the
true.
storyline bits and then you have the shooter bits. But also, I feel like if we're building a game,
Mm-hmm.
we've got to have something where you can build your favorite character because you love The Sims.
Yeah.
So whatever game it is, you've got to be able to start with building.
Build the character.
Yeah.
And I think that as well, you know, with RPGs anyway, your
Mm-hmm.
character levels up. I know that's the same with Call of Duty, but it's like when you level up, you can collect like on Final Fantasy, you can like upgrade and like have your magic, and then your magic
Yeah.
upgrades as you go along.
Okay.
So I think that, okay, I've just had an idea. First person shooter, obviously going to have the shooting element to it, but I think they should be magic as well at the same time. So you
Yeah.
can shoot people, but you can have magic elements to the gun. So
Yeah.
you could shoot someone and they could evaporate, or
I like the ray gun kind of.
yeah,
when you
shoot
can
someone,
get
they
different-
freeze.
That would be wicked.
Yeah.
Because I love. This is so random. I love Frozone from The Incredibles.
Oh, same. I
think
love
he's just
him.
one of the cool, not like pun intended, the coolest people ever.
Yeah.
Like out of all the superheroes with all their superpowers, this guy just freezes stuff and then
And he surfs.
He surfs or like
along the ice.
snowboards
Snow-
over. Like it's just like
is
he
cool.
is our one savior from global warming. He's our last hope. So but,
Okay, so a magical first-person shooter.
yeah.
What year is it going to be set in?
See, I don't like shooting games that are in the olden days.
Okay, oh, so not like a Red Dead Redemption
Nah,
vibe.
you know, like when Call of Duty tried to do like the World War II stuff. I
Yeah.
was like, I don't want to like have like a one barrel shotgun. I want to shoot with some futuristic guns. Like I like the Infinity War game where you could like double jump and be like running up walls and stuff. I thought that was kind of cool. But I think the more futuristic the better, because the whole point of games is supposed to be like use your imagination.
It's true.
Not like pretend I'm in a trench in World War II.
So I like the 90s or early noughties.
Okay. Did you ever play the Zombies mode where they had like David Hasselhoff and...
I played Zombies mode, yeah.
But they had one that was set in the 90s.
Did they?
Yeah, it was on the Infinity War game. And David Hasselhoff, it was the most random collaboration ever. You had to like kill the zombies, but then you had to like meet David Hasselhoff and do challenges with him to unlock ray guns and stuff to shoot the zombies with. It was insane.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So maybe we could actually...
I don't know if I've explained it really, but there's probably like proper Call of Duty players that are mad at me right now for explaining it like this.
It's giving me an idea.
Okay.
So in our game, we could have special guests throughout.
Oh, 100%.
So who are we going to have? Let's pick 3 special guests.
Okay.
And that you can actually like, they become part of your party. So they'll play with you.
I need Mike Tyson on my team.
Okay.
I don't know. You know what I mean? I just feel like if you're ever trying to like complete a challenge or you got to go up against the enemy, it would just be great to have Mike Tyson on your corner.
Yeah.
Like, I think, who'd be yours?
Okay. I'm going to go with a female.
Of course.
I'm going to pick Cardi B.
Cardi B, she would be hilarious.
She would be hilarious. You know what she'd be good at? Is like deflection tactics. I feel like she'd talk to them so much and just baffle them.
Yeah.
She'd distract them whilst I'm there.
What's the meme of her like, I'm glad you brought that up?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cardi,
iconic.
she's one of the funniest people. Like, even aside from music,
Yeah.
she could be like famous just off her personality.
Her and
alone.
Doja Cat are very like
I don't know
quirky.
about Doja Cat.
Oh, have you seen her TikToks or anything?
No, I've not.
Okay.
I've only seen the cow video.
The Moon.
Yeah, and then I've seen some of her performances on stage.
Oh no, she's really funny.
But-
She's very like
Yeah.
quirky and
But no, Cardi B's my favorite. Like,
yeah, she's
Cardi
cool.
B's my favorite.
She'd be sick in that game as well.
Okay, so we got one more spot. Who we getting in?
Maybe we should get a basketball player.
You
Put
think?
them in, yeah.
You think? Who should we get?
It needs to be someone that's like about the action. Like we need someone that's, like those players that are like, I don't want to say violent players, but they're
Okay.
like,
Oh no, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Have you seen a documentary on Netflix about Malice at the Palace?
yep,
So Ron Artest,
Him.
Meta World Peace.
yeah,
We could get him in. I'm
think
friends
we
with
could.
his agent. We can call him right now and make this happen.
let's do it.
Ron is actually, well, it's crazy, right? He's one of the nicest people you'll meet.
He
when you meet
seemed
him,
nice in that
he's
documentary.
like a gentle person, which is like insane because of what you see in a documentary. But he's actually a really nice guy.
I
Just,
think from
kind,
what I learned,
respectful.
what I learned from that documentary is that he was going through a lot of, like he needed a timeout. Like he was going through a lot of mental health, and he said that to the team and the coaches, and he's like, I think I need a break, but he wasn't given one.
The other thing is as well, he was literally laying down on that table, and some fan threw a drink
something.
at him.
Yeah,
And I just think if you as a fan, because it started happening now, like with people, you see the guy tried to run on stage and attack Dave Chappelle, and then Busta Rhymes and Jamie Foxx just like broke his arms. But like as a fan, if you've gone to a sports game or a comedy show or a concert, and you're going to disrespect whoever you're there to see, you deserve everything that comes your way. Don't think just because you're sitting in the crowd, I can say what I want.
Yeah.
I can get away with anything because I'm there at work. I'm just here.
you're kind of treating it like it's a circus.
It's disrespectful. It's so
Yeah.
disrespectful. Like, I think it's outrageous. And when I see things happening to people on stage, I'm kind of glad when they get revenge on the fans, because I think you just got to have basic respect. You wouldn't do that if you saw them in the street. I can promise you there's no way on earth someone would walk past Ron Artest in the street, all 6'8" of him, and throw a drink in his face.
Yeah.
Not happening. But why? Because you're sitting in the stand, you feel that's cool. But yeah, I feel like he would be great in any type of game, because he ain't got no fear. But him and Mike Tyson together. Actually, I saw a video of them boxing together. Mike Tyson was training him to box, and I was like, oh, I'm glad he didn't do this when he was playing in the NBA, because that would just unlocked a whole new level.
I said that could have been like, how YouTubers do boxing now. That could have been a branch of it.
So this is the thing. I actually did a podcast, and I had his agent on as a guest of the podcast, and I asked if we could get him to fight Jake Paul, and he's open to offers. I don't know if enough people heard that, but you can hear it here.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
He would destroy him. Like, I know Jake Paul's
Jake
like
Paul's
he works
done all right, to be
okay,
fair.
but this guy's 6'8". Do you see what I'm saying? Like, as
Yeah.
great as he is, the height difference, how are you reaching his face? I don't know how that would work logistically. Because my whole thing was, we need someone to avenge Nate Robinson. Because remember when Nate Robinson
I do remember
and I
that.
feel like the basketball community needs to get revenge.
They do.
So I'm nominating Ron Artest.
Is there a rule in boxing? I don't know if there's so
It's
much
weight,
of a
it's
height.
weight classes. Like,
Okay, yeah,
he
that
would,
makes
they would
sense.
never ever be in the same weight class.
Yeah.
So it would never happen. But yeah, I feel bad for Nate Robinson.
I know, but to Jake Paul's credit, okay, he's done a lot better than people thought he would.
You know what though? Jake Paul, KSI, all of these guys, I have the utmost respect for them because they are literally living their dreams.
Yeah.
Because the internet has made anything possible, right? And my goal one day is, you see the way that they do boxing.
Yeah.
I want to just go and play people one-on-one. I want to say, Drake, let's play one-on-one and have people watch it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. And those guys are making it possible by doing what they're doing.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
So actually, I was going to bring this up later on, but if we could, speaking of live events, you know how they have obviously the All-Star game in the US. If we did that in the UK, just hypothetically speaking, right?
Yeah.
You're going to have 2 teams of 5. Who do you think? Who from the UK would you put in those teams?
What, for basketball?
Basketball, like a UK All-Stars.
But like, do you mean like a celebrity game? So not like BBL basketball
Yeah, it would
players.
be it would be
so like a celebrity game.
Yeah, it'd be like a celebrity.
Okay. So,
I know they do these sometimes, but
yeah.
say we were going to make our own one and it was...
So if I was going to do it, I'd have Fredo.
Okay.
People don't know Fredo's a big basketball fan.
Is
like
he?
from when he was a child.
Who's his team?
He just loves basketball.
Oh, okay.
He just loves basketball. So I'd have Fredo in there,
Yeah.
and then I'd have Stormzy just for the height. Just
Yes.
if Stormzy can't dunk, I would be shocked.
And he is just like athletic. Do you know what I mean?
He's turned into a beast.
Yeah.
Have you
I
seen
saw him on tour recently.
He does not look like he used to. He's been in the way he deleted his Instagram and Twitter and disappeared. I feel like I need to do the same and get in the gym. Because
Come back wham. Like.
yeah, he's turned into a beast. So
Yeah.
he must be able to just throw down insane dunks. So I think Stormzy's got to be there. And then I know Big Tobes says that he can play ball.
Okay.
So he might be there. And who else plays ball? D Double is a big basketball fan. Shout out to D Double every time. Legendary.
Legend.
100% D Double's got to be there. But I kind of want to save D Double for the halftime performance. But we'll have him in the game. We'll have him in the game. So that's 4 on one team. And then who else? I have Young's Teflon as my point guard. He's a huge NBA fan. And he's into his sneaker game as well. Shout out to Young's Teflon every time. So that's 5 on one team. But I feel like it's all just rappers. I feel like I need to think
You
about...
can branch... Actually, okay.
Like,
That's
we'll have
the
the rappers
UK
team,
rappers, and then we could
and
do
I want-
UK and like personalities,
See,
entertainment.
the man in from the Beta Squad, they're into their basketball.
Oh yeah,
People
Sharky.
don't know.
Like he
Darkest
is he?
is a serious basketball fan. Serious basketball fan. So Sharky, Darkest. This is what people don't know. I rate Chunks because Chunks was a Golden State Warriors fan before they were good.
Okay.
I don't know why he was a Golden State Warriors fan before they were good, but Chunks, he proved it as well. When I met him for the first time, because I didn't believe him, God, he proved it. So
Love that.
those 3 from the Beta Squad, we've got to take those 3 from Team YouTube
Yeah.
if we're doing that. And then I have yourself,
Me.
because I've seen you play in a celebrity game. I've seen you have the
Just
game-winning
saying.
assist in a celebrity game.
It happened.
So I've got to have Els in there. So that leaves one more spot. Who else from the YouTube world do you think would make a good basketball player?
I mean, obviously Harry Pinero could be a good option.
I've seen Harry play ball, and that is my brother. But respectfully, I think if I was picking a football team, he'd be the first name on my list.
Oh,
But I've told him I'll teach him how to level up the game.
yeah.
But until that happens, him and Philly, I've seen them both playing in that series that they did. Respectfully, they can't be in the squad.
Actually, on the celebrity AJ Tracy's tournament that we did, Wes Nelson was spinning and dunking.
Yeah.
Actually,
Do you know
not
who's
dunking, but he
good?
was
The-
spinning
The
and
other guy
shooting.
from Love Island, the one with the tattoos. What's his name?
Not Ovi.
I feel really
Well,
bad.
obviously a basketball player.
Ovi's a basketball player. I can't
Michael.
remember that's Amber's one. Yeah.
Michael, yeah.
Childish. Childish. Yeah, he is good at basketball.
Is he?
Well, I don't know if he... I've seen some clips of him that he put on... I think it was on TikTok or something. It came up on my page. I don't know, because you can never tell if someone's taken loads of shots and only uploaded the ones that went in, or if they're just good. I don't know, maybe, but he seems like a big basketball fan. But I feel like if we're making Team YouTube, I don't know if he does do YouTube stuff. So we still got one more spot to fill.
Okay, now I'm trying to think of people that I've seen.
Do you know what I mean?
Who play basketball.
I know that the Sidemen did a basketball shoot once.
I was just thinking about that. And then there was one part where it took them so long to get.
Yeah.
Can Toby play?
Toby can play.
I think Toby could put Toby be good,
in there. Yeah, we could put him in there.
I think he's just generally natural.
I think Lawrence plays as well. Lawrence McKenna.
Okay.
He plays like just for fun in the park.
Yeah.
But do you know who I might put? I might put Vuj.
Okay.
Because Vuj has got the height.
He's tall.
And he loves Nikola Jokic because he reps for Serbia.
Yeah.
And I just feel like he's watched enough of Nikola Jokic that he might be able to try some wild passes, and some of them might actually work.
Exactly.
So maybe that's our Team YouTube.
I like that. So it's basically Beta Squad, Vuj, and who was the other one? Who? Oh, Toby. We had
another one.
We went against Toby, so we've now forgotten who you put in
this. My memory's gone.
Oh, it's me.
It's you, of course, it's you.
Me. I made the team. I like that.
Yeah, and then we can have another team of Premier League players because I see all of them.
Okay, so yeah, let's do 5 Premier League players then.
I see Madison.
Have you seen Declan Rice and Mason Mount on the yacht?
So those two.
You have to put City player in. They always upload footage. Laporte, he was scoring.
He scored with his foot. That's a violation.
He scored with his foot, and so one of them scored from the spinning bike.
Yeah. The England team actually had a basketball court put in at St. George's Park during the Euros, and they were playing basketball every day. So they must have stepped their skills up, but some of them were great.
Yeah.
But Madison, someone sent me a video yesterday. He's a cheat code because he's put a trampoline in front of the hoop and he's just jumping off the trampoline trying to score. So football-wise, though, I want Akin Fenway in my team. Okay. Because if he sets a screen on someone, no one is ever running past him. So whoever else on the team is getting open shots.
That's a good point.
So either him or who is the Wolves player that oils up his arms? The super hench one.
He's moved now, but
you know what I'm talking about. Adama Traore. That's the one. Right. So either him or Akin Fenway, because I need the muscle on the team. Yeah. We'll draft in Peter Crouch because we need the height. So he's going to come out of retirement for it. And then you can pick a City player.
Well, I think KDB, because he's always on those things.
I think Lukaku has to be in the team because he's American.
Yeah.
Or Belgian or American, or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
Lukaku definitely should be on the squad.
Yeah.
Pogba and Lukaku actually, one time they went on holiday to Miami and they were playing basketball together. So I might put those two in as well. But there's a lot of footballers
that play basketball.
There's a lot that are into it. And I know like some of them, like Dele Alli bangs out 2K as well. Or that's what someone's told me. It's like he plays loads of 2K. So they're getting really into it now.
Okay. I like that. We need to organise this tournament. If anyone's watching that wants to help us organise an epic basketball tournament, then
yeah, let's do it. Let's get it cracking.
All right. Well, thank you, Mo, for joining me.
No, it's been an honour. It's been a pleasure to be here.
It's been great. Well, I'm learning more about basketball. I get things wrong.
You've learned loads, though. I'm really proud of your journey so far.
Thank you.
Because you actually have such a genuine interest in the game, and like you ask all sorts of questions about it, and you watch the games and pay attention. Some people just like it because it's like the cool thing right now, and people wear Jordans, and I love basketball. But you actually have a genuine interest, which I respect highly. So it's been an honor coming on the show, and you know, as always, anything you ever want to know about basketball, you know I got your back. So
yeah, the basketball encyclopedia. That's what you are.
That's what they call me. I don't know. Someone wrote that on my LinkedIn as well. I was quite honored.
you actually are. But yeah, if you like basketball, you just want to learn more, then definitely go and listen to Mo's podcast, the Hoop Genius podcast.
Appreciate that.
With BJ Armstrong.
Yep.
How many three-time NBA
champion with Michael Jordan on Chicago Bulls.
Legend.
Yeah, that's crazy that I do a show with him every day as well.
It's actually
every day. It blows my mind. I still don't know why he does it, but he loves it.
He must love it. Love that. And also thank you to NBA 2K22
always
for sponsoring the video. Go and check that out. If you see me in the city, don't say anything. If you happen to beat me playing in the city, don't say anything. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. This has been Citizen Games with Mo Mooncy, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.